respect Cardi, you know what I'm saying? We're going through a lot of things right now, a lot of things on the media. I embarrassed you. I made you look crazy. Doing things I ain't had no business. I was partaking in activity that I shouldn't have been taking in. Breaking your heart, breaking our promise, breaking God's promise, and being a selfish, messed up husband.
Cause you will fucking talk to a nigga and a motherfucker will play in your fucking face, over and over and over and over and over again until you be like, watch what I'm about to do, watch what I'm about to say. And I've really been sparing you. You've been fucking feeling yourself, nigga, cause of your album and shit. And you really been fucking doing me dirty after some fucking years that I'm up yet.
Welcome back. Offset is spiraling out of control right now, and it looks like he's walking straight into the biggest legal nightmare of his life. Cardi B has had enough, and when she's done playing nice, you know things are about to get ugly. She doesn't mess around when it comes to her money, her brand, or her peace of mind. And Offset, he's out here wilding like he's got nothing to lose. So here's the scoop. Cardi just went public with her new man, none other than NFL superstar Stefon Diggs, and Offset is losing his mind. Instead of handling it like a grown man, he's been acting petty, jealous, and downright messy. He's throwing shade left and right, calling Stefon soft, questioning his manhood, and trying to clown him online like it's a joke.
What do y'all be trying to accomplish when y'all be bringing my nigga up? Like, what is it? What, like a breakup and then what? You're gonna be sick of me because you're gonna see me living my best life. Everybody wants single Cardi. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants every bitch to be single. Every single time Lori Harvey gets with a new nigga, everybody go crazy for it. Everybody go crazy. Everybody loves it. So it's like, what are you accomplishing? Like tell me what you're gonna accomplish. You're just gonna turn me up. So go ahead, do all of that. When I decide to get off my nigga, guess what? You're gonna be sick too, because I'm just gonna be with another rich nigga.
But it's not funny anymore, because Offset just took it way too far. He's out here spreading crazy rumors, accusing Stefon of being on the DL, and if that wasn't bad enough, he's allegedly threatening to leak explicit videos of Cardi in a three-way situation. That's not just messy, that's dangerous. And you already know Cardi isn't one to let that slide. She's about to remind Offset why her name carries weight, and why crossing her always ends in regret. When she said, "Be careful with me," she meant every word. Offset's about to find out that when you play stupid games, you win real stupid prizes. Now, let's talk about just how far Offset's pettiness has gone. Because this man is throwing full tantrums on social media. Instead of focusing on his music or moving on.
Stefon Diggs, man. Oh, yeah. By the way, there's two more rappers I've been now too. I'll tell y'all, but y'all got to DM me. I got all the information for you, all right? Stefon Diggs, two other active rappers. Like, y'all be claiming them, hugging them on the gram, kissing them, talking about Woman Crush Wednesday, all that bullshit. He's long dick. Well, I don't know if he got long. He is piping them hoes out. I don't know how he's all y'all rappers. Yo, and the last thing I'm gonna say to Stefon Diggs, you're on my fantasy team, bro. I want you to keep doing good. Bruh, make this the last girl you try to or have the next time, like you starting to inch into the territory, some of these shoot you. All that ACL got going on, they'll shoot you. So
he's acting like a scorned ex, tweeting, deleting, and running his mouth like a teenager with Wi-Fi. He even had the nerve to tweet, "You was out here messing around while carrying my kid." Tell the truth, a hoe gonna be a hoe and a B gonna be a B. Y'all talking ish, SMD, and die. Your opinions don't stop my money. Excuse me? Offset talking about money like he's still pulling in Cardi level checks? Let's keep it real. She's the one sitting on brand deals, platinum hits, and headline shows. Offset's been fighting to stay relevant while Cardi keeps winning back-to-back. And now that she's finally moved on, he's acting like he's the victim? Please, the irony is painful. The same man who dragged Cardi through public cheating scandals, humiliated her on stage, and begged for forgiveness more times than anyone can count, is now crying foul because she's found happiness somewhere else.
Cause you will fucking talk to a nigga and a motherfucker will play in your fucking face, over and over and over and over and over again until you be like, watch what I'm about to do, watch what I'm about to say. And I've really been sparing you. You've been fucking feeling yourself, nigga, cause of your album and shit. And you've really been fucking doing me dirty after some fucking years that I'm up yet. Not even a fucking thank you that I got for your. And it's so crazy that I gotta go to the fucking internet because whenever I tell you something, you don't say
tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it.
The internet's watching this meltdown in real time, and one thing's clear. Offset's not just burning bridges, he's setting his whole reputation on fire. The hypocrisy in all this is unreal. Offset's ego is shattered into a million pieces, and everybody can see it. The truth hurts. Stefon Diggs isn't just richer than Offset. He's more successful, more respected, and way more disciplined. That right there burns Offset's pride to the core. What makes it worse is that Cardi literally warned him. She told him straight up, if you keep acting up, I'll replace you with someone bigger, better, and richer. And guess what? She actually did it. Now, instead of eating his L in peace, Offset went and embarrassed himself even more by running to none other than DJ Academics, of all people. A man who's made a whole career out of hating on Cardi every chance he gets. Like, how are you gonna run to your wife's biggest hater to spill her business? That's beyond messy. That's desperate. Fans are calling it Bitter X energy at its peak, and they're not wrong. According to some wild blind items floating around online, Offset allegedly found out about Cardi's secret fling with Stefon while she was still pregnant. Reports say he went through her phone, typical cheater paranoia, and supposedly found pictures and messages that made him lose it. Instead of handling it privately, he ran to academics hoping to ruin Cardi's name. But here's where it gets even crazier. Offset didn't just accuse her of cheating. Oh no, he tried to drag Stefon too. Offset started spreading stories that Stefon and his brother Trevon are known for running through Instagram models and have multiple baby mamas. He's basically trying to spin the narrative that Cardi left him for a man just like him. But that's a reach if we've ever seen one. Boy, you are not the blueprint. Stefon Diggs is an NFL powerhouse sitting on millions, while Offset's been clinging to past glory. Thinking Cardi downgraded by dating a Super Bowl level athlete? Now that's comedy. And if Offset thought that little hater move was gonna slow Cardi down, he's in for a rude awakening. Cardi's thriving, glowing, and living her best life louder than ever. The fans already saw the signs. One even tweeted, Cardi and Stefon on the red carpet at the Grammys this Sunday. And guess what? Cardi hit like on the post. That one little move said it all? Yeah, and what about it? She showed up to the red carpet solo, sure, but make no mistake, her relationship with Stefon is out in the open now. She's not sneaking around or hiding anything. She's standing tall and proud in her new romance, and Offset cannot handle it. His jealousy is eating him alive. So what does he do next? He panics. Instead of leveling up or keeping quiet, he goes into full meltdown mode and pulls the oldest, pettiest move in the book, questioning another man's sexuality. Offset got so pressed, he jumped online and called Stefon DL, posting, God, go bother that gay. Like seriously? This isn't high school, but Offset's acting like a salty schoolboy who just realized his ex traded up for a winner. Now here's where the story goes completely off the rails, because these new accusations didn't just appear out of thin air. For years, there have been quiet whispers floating around about Stefon Diggs possibly hiding something about his personal life, and now those whispers just got a megaphone. Things exploded a couple of weeks ago when a celebrity stylist named Chris Blake Griffith stepped forward with some serious claims. Chris, who's worked with big names in Hollywood, accused Stefon of spiking his drink and allegedly trying to force himself on him. That alone was explosive enough, but the drama didn't stop there. Because once people started digging into Stefon's circle, they found out his own brother, Trevon Diggs, had already been wrapped up in a messy scandal of his own. Just last year, TMZ dropped shocking elevator footage that made everyone's jaws drop. A clip showing Drake's personal stylist being attacked by 3 men in an elevator. And guess who was right there in the middle of it? None other than Trevon Diggs, Stefon's brother. At first, the official story sounded simple: a robbery gone wrong. Reports said the victim had been carrying a purse filled with jewelry and expensive designer items, which were stolen during the ambush. But once people started connecting the dots, that story stopped making sense real quick. Because according to sources close to the situation, that robbery might have just been a cover-up for something way darker. Apparently, just days before that elevator incident, Chris Blake had attended a private high-end event, the same one Stefon Diggs was at. And according to Blake's version of events, that night took a disturbing turn. Blake claims Stefon offered him a drink, which he believes was tampered with, and then allegedly tried to make an unwanted move on him. He said he managed to escape before things could go further. But what shook people most was his claim that this wasn't the first time something like that had happened. According to him, Stefon had tried to make advances before, and Blake had shut it down immediately, making it crystal clear that he wasn't interested and that he was straight. But here's where things get wild. Instead of dropping it and moving on like a normal person, Stefon allegedly took it personal. Sources claim that after being rejected a second time, he supposedly reached out to people who would handle the situation for him. That's when things escalated into what the media first painted as a simple robbery. Now, fans online are split. Some say Blake's just chasing clout, while others think the Diggs brothers are hiding way more than they're admitting. Either way, the timing of all this is messy, and the fact that Offset's now weaponizing these rumors against Cardi and Stefon makes everything 10 times more chaotic. The internet is eating this story up, but if even half of what's being said turns out to be true, this could get really, really bad for the Diggs family. Now, this is where the story turns dark. According to the reports, Stefon's brother, Trevon Diggs, and a few of his boys allegedly set Blake up. They planned an ambush in that elevator to scare him into silence. The whole thing was supposedly meant to intimidate him and make sure whatever went down that night between him and Stefon never saw daylight. But somehow, Blake managed to fight his way out and escape before things could go even further. Shaken but determined, Blake took a huge risk and went to the authorities. You'd think that would bring justice, right? Wrong. Despite giving his statement and handing over details about the alleged attack, nothing was done. His claims were brushed aside like they didn't matter. The case was left hanging. No follow-up, no accountability, nothing. Blake was terrified and confused, but what he didn't know was that this was only the beginning of something much worse. When Blake finally decided to open up to his inner circle about what really happened, he thought he'd find support, but instead, he was met with cold betrayal. People he trusted turned their backs on him, calling him a liar and accusing him of chasing clout. Imagine that. Being hurt, scared, and then branded as a drama starter for speaking your truth. One of the first people Blake allegedly reached out to was JTA Davis, hoping he'd have his back. But that move backfired fast. JTA wanted nothing to do with the situation. He cut Blake off instantly, completely distancing himself. Not only that, he even went as far as firing him as his manager, erasing every trace of association. For Blake, that was a slap in the face. But things took an even colder turn when he reached out to Drake himself, hoping the superstar, someone powerful in Stefon's circle, would listen, maybe even help him bring the truth to light. But oh, was he wrong? Drake didn't just reject him, he shut him down completely. Leaked DMs between the two tell the whole story. Blake reportedly sent Drake a tape containing all the evidence, begging him to help expose what happened. But instead of showing any concern, Drake hit him back with a chilling message that said, "You asking me to post a tape about ratting on people? I just don't really come from a family, a friend group, or a city where that's acceptable. I live by a code that's become law. We all just gotta deal with our own issues off the internet. Not telling you to be no super gangster or tell you what to do, but it makes me feel super weird. You would think I'd be into supporting that type of stuff." That message was cold. Drake wasn't just staying neutral, he was dismissing Blake's pain outright. Fans were shocked at how emotionless the response was, but for Blake, that rejection cut deep. He felt abandoned, humiliated, and silenced by the very people he thought would protect him. After that, Blake completely snapped. Furious and heartbroken, he jumped online and unleashed a heated rant, calling out Stefon Diggs directly by name. He said, "This isn't some game." The man sounded broken but determined to finally be heard. It was no longer about clout or gossip. It was about standing up to people who, in his eyes, used fame and money to bury the truth. Now the internet's divided. Some believe Blake is telling the raw truth that no one wants to hear, while others think it's all too wild to be real. But one thing's for sure. This situation has gotten way deeper than Offset's jealousy drama. What started as messy relationship gossip has turned into a storm of betrayal, power, and silence in the upper tiers of fame. Blake's next move was explosive. He jumped online again and poured his heart out, saying, "It's my life we're talking about. I don't know what you do with yours, but I'd be doing something with mine. So it means something. I'm speaking from a place of fact." His voice was shaking, but you could tell he meant every word. He wanted the world to know this wasn't clout chasing. This was personal, real, and terrifying. Then Blake dropped another bombshell, this time about Stefon's half-brother, Marshawn Diggs. He revealed that he'd been working closely with Marshawn on a clothing brand, saying Marshawn often ran errands for him and even helped source designs. Everything seemed cool at first, but after Stefon's alleged attempt and Blake's escape, that relationship fell apart fast. Blake explained it like this: "The root of all this is that Stefon tried to force himself on me, and when I escaped, he didn't like that. He knew I now had a secret, and that didn't sit well with him." Weeks later, things got even darker. According to Blake, Marshawn realized Blake was no longer tied to Stefon, and that's when everything flipped. Blake didn't hold back when describing Marshawn either. "Marshawn is broke," he said bluntly. "I'm not even being funny. He actually doesn't have money. He's got 3 kids, and Stefon doesn't take care of him because they only met when Marshawn was like 12. That statement alone had fans in shock. No one knew the Diggs family dynamics ran that deep or that messy. From there, the story spiraled into full-on chaos. Blake claimed that Stefon's brother didn't just try to rob him, he allegedly tried to set him up. According to Blake, Marshawn saw an opening, a weak spot in the chaos, and decided to exploit it. He described how Marshawn and some guys allegedly broke into his place, targeting his prized possessions, his entire Chrome Hearts collection worth thousands. Blake said they tried to snatch everything: rare custom jackets, designer bags, jewelry, and even a Chrome Hearts piece with over 100 crosses that was one of a kind. And the craziest part, they weren't even trying to hide it. Blake remembered the first words he heard after stepping off the elevator. "What's up with all that Chrome stuff?" He said that line still echoes in his head to this day. But the situation didn't stop at robbery. It turned darker, much darker. Blake claimed this wasn't just about stealing clothes or flexing stolen drip. He believed their real goal was to silence him permanently. According to Blake, the men didn't even care about cameras or security footage because they weren't there for the stuff. They wanted to make sure he never talked again. He said, "They didn't care about cameras because they weren't just there for my stuff. They likely wanted to shut me up for good." That statement sent chills through everyone listening. Blake sounded like a man who had seen too much and survived something he was never meant to survive. Now people are torn. Is Blake exposing a hidden side of a powerful sports family, or is he spiraling under pressure? Either way, his story has taken the internet hostage. And if what he's saying holds even a grain of truth, then Stefon and his brothers could be sitting on one of the darkest scandals to ever hit the sports world. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay in the loop with all the latest tea. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, and I'll catch you in the next video.